Thank you everybody for joining the meeting this morning. I think you've all had the publicity material that was sent around about the Infinity G program. It's a program, this is the first time the university is doing this. We've teamed up with the Stack Accelerator, and they have been the sort of creators and our delivery partner for the program. So for those of you who I've met most of the people I think on the call, but for those of you who haven't met me, I'm Mel Anderson, Head of IP and Commercialization in the university's Tech Transfer Office. So probably the best, I think what we agreed we would do is I will hand over to the Stack team. I'll let them introduce themselves, their company, and then they're going to take you through the Infinity G program, what you can expect, what you'll get out of it. And then I think everything will be opened for Q&A. So I'll hand over to Paul and Gregor, let them introduce themselves and the company, and they can take the thing forward from here.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining. My name's Paul Wilson. I'm the CEO at Stack. I'll just give you a little bit background. Prior to Stack, so 30 years in the tech industry, I've worked for some pretty significant scale-up companies. First company, Silicon Valley scale-up, providing manufacturing and design services for electronics, Electron. Joined that at 100 million annual revenues and left when it was 25 billion and a really global company. Second company is one you'd recognize probably best. I was VP at BlackBerry. I joined BlackBerry when they were starting to take good market share in North America and looking at their global market. So I was VP of Supply Chain Operations at BlackBerry starting 2009, and that kind of got me into the mobile computing, wireless technology kind of expertise and specialist focus. Lastly, I joined a Taiwanese giant, and we were providing design and manufacturing services to some of the biggest tech companies in the world. So, for example, responsible for design and manufacturing some of Sonos products, Whirlpool smart appliances, Dyson second generation robot. Again, building blocks and technology of computing connectivity, moving into sensing, and then somewhere 2015, 2016, specializing in what became the Internet of Things and the collection and monetization of data. So that's my background. Spent 21 years outside of Scotland and came back to Scotland in 2020. Wanted to make a contribution back to the tech scene here and the tech industry. I was based in Waterloo, Ontario for 11 years, and my observation was that Waterloo, Ontario had been moving a bit quicker and had gotten a bit more competitive in the homegrown tech space compared to where we are in Scotland. Joined forces with Gregor and Paul Winstanley as co-founders of Stack, and we brought a Canadian acceleration model back from Waterloo, and we started Stack in 2020. Our mission is to build competitive global tech companies from Scotland, believing that we have the innovation, research, talent, and ambition to do so, to make a bigger impact on the key resources we have. So it's an absolute privilege to be here, and we're really excited to be applying our methodology of building startup tech companies to the Infinity G program and supporting the brilliance coming from University of Glasgow. So that's who I am. I'm going to get more into the program in a little bit. I'm going to give a little bit more insight into the Stack methodology, and then Gregor is going to go into another level of detail into the Infinity G program. We will leave time at the end for Q&A. So as we go through the slides and the talk. If you do have questions, just take a note of them, then we'll leave significant portion at the end for some Q&A. Gregor?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gregor Aikman. Similar to Paul, my background's in technology and product, but from my side, it's been from product realization, so design and engineering. So for 16 years, I've been running design agencies, helping customers of all shapes and sizes to release products, helping customers that have got real kind of science and engineering problems to get their product into market, to look at buy-in, to look at reliability, to look at manufacturing. Worked with over 300 companies, top end scale, to develop products for Johnson & Johnson, IKEA, Audi, Mars Group. But I've also helped over 150 startups to get their first products into market. So that's really helping take that idea and proof of concept stage through to a reliable product that you can release. And for product for me is hardware, but also software products. So my background's been multidisciplinary, helping digital products, physical products, integration of those, which obviously makes sense that we deliver a program for connected devices with that background. Worked across sectors, so healthcare, into energy, FMCG. Some of the biggest projects that I've worked on have been brands that you wouldn't have heard of. The biggest banknote company in the world developed scanners for the biggest coffee grinder in the world that isn't on the main street, and really looking at how do you make products robustly. Of those 150 startups that I've helped, helping them on the product side of things is one thing, but the reason I get involved in founding Stack was to help those individuals and those businesses to grow the business round about the product. It's clear when you're setting out that yes, you've got a technology or a product idea that you want to get out to market, but there's so much you need to do around about that to make sure that the product is a success. Design a great product is one part of a great business. So we'll go into the program, but essentially that's what we're looking to do. Product-focused businesses, but wrap around all the business support that they need to be ready to scale. So yeah, you'll hear from me later on in the program, but for now, nice to meet you all.
So Infinity G is all about taking the brilliance that exists in the University of Glasgow and providing a methodology of commercialization. Over a period of 13 weeks, we are looking to create the best conditions and methodology and support that takes innovation and accelerates it to make the biggest and best impact globally as possible. So that's the mission that we're on. We are looking to support deep tech technologies. This is a list of the kind of standard definition of what's deep tech. However, I don't think we're too rigid on what the precise technology is. So anything around AI and health and biotech, quantum computing, which is of course very new and exciting with the recent investments going into University of Glasgow around quantum, advanced materials, everything related to automation and robots into the hardware and software of automation and robotics, photonics and into the semiconductor is another area where Glasgow and Scotland want to play and want to compete and win. Everything related to energy sources and also energy solutions that go into devices. Very hot topic with lots of demand in the tech world these days. Space, again, very new, everything from voyages to low-level satellite data and mapping, and into advanced wireless connectivity. So how do we connect the world and how do we do that so we can make, again, a global impact with the technologies and the businesses that we build. An insight into the highlights of the program at this point. We have 15 places available, so we describe them as ventures, okay? Mel has prepared us that will be a mix of status, that will be already incorporated spin-outs, it will be pre-incorporated ventures where there's been innovation, research, right, and early ambitions to go commercialize and start a startup. So we recognize that there's going to be a little bit mix in maturity, so we use the term ventures. So there'll be 15 places for 15 projects, and we'll be getting started on a 13-week program from October 2nd. Our program is about taking innovation and commercializing, turning innovation and starting to understand what it looks like to build a company. So we focus on 7 business disciplines. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in what these are. But again, these are disciplines that you would find in a company as you start, scale, and then become a scaled up, established brand. There are 37 ingredients to build a company that you will be learning and implementing during the 13 weeks. We will provide the education, the mentorship, the coaching, that you understand what these ingredients are and you understand how to implement them into an early stage company. To support you, there will be a 20k grant made available to invest in product, to demo the product, or create your brand and digital assets. So not only is there a grant available, but we have resources and partners that can help you put that grant to good use. So at the end of the 13 weeks, we're looking for 3 specific outcomes. 1, you've validated the market. So we're going to spend significant time to understand what is your technology, who cares, speak to the market, and listen to the market. That's the validation that we refer to. We will help you get investment ready, so you'll be able to confidently, comfortably engage investors to tell them about the problem you're solving, about the market, who cares, about the technology that will solve the problems and the opportunity that that creates. Will help you in your delivery, in your visuals, in your execution of that combined. So again, we'll help you get really comfortable and feeling successful to engage the investment community. Lastly, but just importantly, we'll help you understand what it means to be a responsible, compliant employer and director. So as founders, you're going to be company directors. With that, you need to understand compliance and responsibility that comes with being a director of a company. And likewise, as you start to build companies, you hire people and you look after people. So we'll be providing mentorship and education and a toolkit on how to hire successfully and look after the people responsibly. Everything on getting the company started with understanding of director agreements and cap tables and what you need to do to have a well-governed company. We'll also be giving you an insight to that. What you need to commit to is around 4 hours per week. That's the 4 hours of mentorship and events. So our program is carefully positioned and balanced over the 13 weeks. So it's about half a day of commitment that you need to carve out, okay? Of course, as you're building a company, there are takeaways and you need to be working in the background from the mentorship that we provide at Stack. But to join the program, 4 hours of mentorship or events is what you need to commit to in the Stack Infinity G program. So I'm going to give you a little bit insight into Stack, our methodology, and also the products that we have that will be unleashed to your benefit. So Stack is about scaling things, innovation for global success. Our area of expertise is here on this slide, and it's a very, very close match to the deep tech innovation slide that I shared a few slides ago. Things like quantum are new. We don't do too much, but we've started dabbling in photonics, and we already have space within the cohort companies that we support. We've been running for now almost 3 years, and we already support 54 companies that are growing to over 85 companies by the end of 2024. We have assembled an amazing corporate partnership model, which means that not only do we provide mentorship in Infinity G, but we bring our partners to it too. So you have access to semiconductors, wireless technology, testing equipment. You have Eurofins providing compliance. We have software design, hardware design, data scientist support. We have creatives doing digital design, branding design, and everything you need around your communications, both in PR and also in the digital space. We have finance, legal, we have CRM to engage your market, and combined you have everything that you should need to take the mentorship and then start utilizing some of these partnerships to advance your companies. We have strategic partnerships with Scottish Enterprise, Glasgow City Council, Tech Scalers, and we're a little bit deep into the Living Labs, DHVL. So we're starting to really get in tune with what it means if you're a medtech, health tech product, how to design a product, how to build your solution, how to take it into the health professional domain, get that validated, and then go through the full compliance process. The mentors that you will meet are all really decades of experience. They've been in the industry for a long time. They've had a lot of success, but they've had a lot of, unsuccessful experiences and made a lot of mistakes in the process. So combined between their successes and the wisdom that they get from, the less than successful experiences, they got tons of wisdom, right, to help mentor you guys and also avoid some of the pitfalls that you could experience. Our program consists of 4 products. The main one is Scale. That's the mentorship program. Gregor is going to go into more detail on that, but we also have an investment product, talent acquisition product, and Infinity G program is going to be run out of our brand new space called The Beyond, which is in the Sky Park, Finnieston, Glasgow. So Stack Scale is mentorship for sustainable growth. It's a model that was designed in Waterloo, Ontario. Don't worry if you can't see the finer details, that's quite intentional. We're going to walk you through some of them, but at a highlight, it company builds. Okay, so it's a very comprehensive program that covers sales and business development, marketing and communications, HR and talent acquisition, IP positioning, IP defense, everything related to technology from design to product realization into manufacturing, supply chain and compliance. So the IP and technology is quite a significant portion of the work that we do. We get the legals and governance in good place, in good shape, understand everything related to managing governance through your executive team into the board level. And we help you with the financial accountancy practices, but also the financial reporting that you're going to have. And then lastly, we're going to help you successfully understand your funding requirements and help you engage the investment community for successful outcomes in the investment space. On that note, Stack Invest is something that's quite new. So the first thing, and you guys will be invited to get your content on Stack Invest. We have 50 investors registered on a web platform. The content that goes on the web platform is your brand, your logo, short description, really nice curated video, around 1 minute max, and we'll have a really nice and high quality pitch deck. So we'll help you create that, and you will have full access to Stack Invest. By doing so, you will have access and interest starting to happen naturally from the 50 investors who are on there. So they are high net worth individuals, they are Singaporean based investors, they are North American based investors, and they are Scotland's investment syndicate. So a real nice kind of blend of different types of investors, and again some international presence on there. Then Stack Jobs is a platform that we already created. It's been running since January, and this is our platform that we can offer to you guys if you're at that stage, if you're looking to make your first hires, if you're looking to get some interns into the company, then we will help you put good quality posting and attract the talent on Stack Jobs. The Beyond is a brand new co-working space, and it's located in Sky Park, Finniston, so not too far away from where you guys are, and it's Europe's biggest cluster of smart things. It's a 250 capacity co-working space that comes fully equipped with an electronics lab, a mechanical lab, and a media lab. So you can create your products, you can create your content, and you can get them out to the world. We also have a significant event space. So the events that we do as part of the program will all be done here in-house. There are over 20 desks allocated to Infinity G. So the participants will most likely have fixed desks, okay, which is nice to have. I know the university may be constrained on desk space, right? You're going to have 20 desks for the 15 ventures, right, that you can use. That's there for use any day, any week, right? The commitment is 4 hours, but the 20 desks are assigned to you. We obviously have all the Wi-Fi, coffee, which is incredibly important in this day and age. We have free teas, coffees, all the kind of kitchen equipment is there, and we have the meeting rooms and the kind of shared spaces, common spaces that you can go and have more of the informal get-togethers to collaborate and advance your companies. So it's brand new. It's only been opened 2 weeks ago, and again, it's filling up nicely. So the environment that you'll be coming into will have a whole bunch of startups on the Stack program. You will have graduates from the Stack program. So the companies are maybe between 3 and 5 years old, so that there'll be that kind of startup to scale up type stage. You will have service providers in beside us, and we are nicely building up to over between 30 and 50 companies will be in the space at any one time. So it'll be a real hub of activity, and yeah, we're all business people, and you'll come into that kind of fast-moving business environment. So hopefully that's super interesting and exciting for you. That is the highlight of the Infinity G program, and also a little bit insight into the full kind of resources and the team at Stack. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get a bit deeper into the Infinity G program. Gregor?
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Just to reiterate a few points that Paul made earlier, use slightly different wording, but the 3 things that we're looking to do is get you market ready, so to validate that market. We're going to get you investor ready. What that means is any other stakeholders that you need to convince, whether that's to win grants, to bring investment on, to bring people into your team. So any external stakeholders, we're going to make you ready to pitch that business idea and pitch your future vision to them. And thirdly, to get you business ready. So yes, you might have a technology, you might have an idea, you might have a product at the moment or a service that you want to put out there. But we're going to help you wrap around the things that help you set the vision, or if you're ready to start that venture and go that venture. So market ready, investment ready, and business ready. You keep those things in your head. We talked earlier, our program is 7 disciplines, which you can see here, which takes everything in from sales and BD. So that's about engaging with customers, and ultimately you're looking to make sales, whether that's actually selling a product, whether that is licensing a technology, whether that's selling a service, when you never actually sell the product or technology. We dig into who cares, who wants to buy that, and how do you sell to them. What do people want to pay for it? What are the reasons that they want to pay for it? Look at marketing communications. That's really just communications with any externals and internals. How do you get people to buy into that vision? How do you get people to back you? If you're not ready to do a full marketing campaign, and a lot of you won't be, it's about who are the people I need to engage with and influence at the moment. What are the key messages I need to put across? How do I demonstrate my technology as a viable business, scalable business in the future? So all that kind of stuff, helping you honing those messages, help you hone those messages. We're looking at people. It might be that you're nowhere near ready to bring people on because you need to bring funding on, or for whatever reason. But who is the team that's going to help you deliver that to market? Who are the different people out with your organisation, be it contractors, other businesses, partners, other stakeholders that you need to have as your organisation? We'll dig into that. IP technology. What is your technology? What are the parts that you need to develop yourself? What do you need to bring in from other parties? What's important for you to hold on to? What's important for you to protect in there? Looking at the roadmap of how do you release that product, whether that's in 6 months' time, whether it's in 3 years, depending on how complex it is. How do you get people to buy in? How do you get people to agree to give you their data back for you to grow your models, etc.? We'll look at all that kind of road mapping and planning within that. Legal and governance and accounts and finance is really, again, back to what Paul said about helping you get compliant and responsible as an enterprise. So as you move forward, you may already have set up an entity at the moment. When you're growing, when you're bringing in different shareholders, when you're bringing in different people, when you're doing deals with customers, deals with suppliers, there's a whole bunch of hygiene and governance that you need to put in place. So we'll help you put those foundations in place and understand what you need to grow. And then lastly, funding requirements. What cash and what resources do you need to fuel that journey in the short term and going to scale? So you've got a whole bunch of people connected to Stack, both the mentors, our wider network, the partners that we've got, everything from design services to manufacture, from semiconductors through to your professional services. We've got a whole bunch of resources there that can help you understand what is needed to scale your technology or your product or your business. And it's really about us laying the plans to make sure that you're ready to make that impact. So you're all working on technology, you're all working on ideas, and the impact that they can make only happens when you get that product out there. So what we're really looking to do is look at all of those plans that we need to put in place to get you to that point. So 7 disciplines, different disciplines, and we talked earlier about 37 ingredients. An ingredient to us is something we want you to demonstrate within your organisation. It's a milestone, it's a document, it's a process that we want you to be able to demonstrate you've got that put in place. And what that does is to mature the organisation. You might be strong in 1 or 2 of these disciplines. You might be really strong in the technology side, but not have any business experience. You might be from a business background, and you've got a technology idea there. We're trying to help you level all those things out and have the 7 disciplines all demonstrable in your organisation. So I'm not going to do this. This will be shared after the call. But this is the 13-week program. There's 4 slides I was going to go through here. The colour coding we had in the previous slide was in the different disciplines, and then we've got a few general events throughout the programme that pull everything together. You'll see through the programme of events, an event is a webinar workshop where we're giving you best practice, we're exploring your ideas and exploring those ingredients we need to put in place and helping you put them in place in the business. We're following those 7 threads, those disciplines throughout it. So if I could pick out a few, coming back to those 3 elements of being market ready, investor ready, and business ready. One of the quickest ones, the ones we bring into the programme very early, the how and the why. You guys have got technology, you've got an idea. Why should people back you? Why should people believe that the impact that you're looking to make is valid? So how are you going to take that technology to market? What are the applications? What are the models that you take that to market with? And why? Why should people care? Why should people care to back you? Why should people, customers care to buy the product? So straight away, we're not starting with technology, we're starting with market, and we're starting with the wider world and why they would care about what you're developing, so that we can really hone in onto what is the right product or what is the right application for your technology. A customer might want to put that into their own product, they might want to buy it outright, they might want to license it. What are all those different routes to market that you've got? So we're drilling into how are you going to make that happen and why should people care. That thread, as you go through the 13 weeks, expands in really going in what the key messages are. So what do you tell people about your business? What is that value proposition? What are the key benefits to your end customers and the end users? They might not be the same people. So why should those people care? Owning that those assets and your script when you're delivering that. So starting with that how and why, and then as we go through the program, looking at making a killer value proposition around about technology, where that's going to go, what are the applications. Visualization is a big piece of that, so that you can get people on board, and will ultimately help you to pitch your idea to different stakeholders. So if we're looking at the why and the how, we then can circle back and look at the what, how your technology turns into that product that someone wants to buy. And when I say product, that can be product, service, it can be a physical thing, it can be a technology, an integrated technology, it can be an OEM, it could be a digital product, or even a service. That's all a product, and to us, it's the thing that you sell at the end of the day to customers. So what does that look like? And because we've done that deeper dive into why should people care, what benefits do they buy in, we match up the technology to that market, and then we put better plans in place to transition that technology into the market. We look at what do you need to develop in-house, what other stakeholders and other technologies are influencing that. We look at the team that you need to make that happen. And whether it's a 6-month roadmap or a 3-year roadmap, we'll help you look at the different steps and lay out what that process to market is. And that will look at everything from the technologies, the communications on it, the data side of things, if that's relevant on your business. It'll look at compliance. What do you need to plan for to get the product into market? And if you are manufacturing something, or if you're releasing something at scale, look at that software. We'll look at what needs to happen, what are the steps that need to happen before that happens. We wouldn't go through all of that in 13 weeks. We're not talking about having the product ready at the end of 13 weeks, but having all the plans in place and understanding exactly where to go next. Talked about business hygiene and governance. So there's another thread in there that looks at, next page, directors' responsibilities. So as you might, again, have already transitioned into an enterprise, have set up a company, but if you're not there yet, either way, we'll look at direct responsibilities. What are the things you need to put in place across accountancy, across legal, across IP, across HR, that you need to be compliant with as a business. How to think about how to in shares, how to think about bringing investment, and talk about those responsibilities, what you need to be prepared for if you're going to be a CEO of that organisation or any C-level position in that organisation. We'll look at the team members that need to make that business happen as well. So who in your current team, where do they want to go? What other people do you need to bring in the short term? All of that's going to build a story that you'll be sharing with investors and other parties, because that's why you're needing funding, to grow people, to develop products. So we're really going to drill down into the why of all of that. Mentioned it before, but visualization for us is key. It helps buy-in. Ultimately, whether you're trying to do market research, people understanding what product you're looking to reach, whether you're trying to get investment or grants, or it's internal, and you're looking to empower your team to deliver that vision. So throughout this, we'll look at how do you visualize what the application is for your technology, whether that's looking at the architecture of how that fits into a bigger system, whether that's how the product looks, whether that's we're far enough on and you guys have already got technologies of proof of concepts, and we turn that into what does the final offering to market look like. We're also going to visualize what the business looks like in the coming period. So throughout this, we're going to weave all those threads together, and over the 13 weeks, this is a split over October, November, December into January. Again, all the dates will be on this when it's shared. But we're really looking towards a showcase event, which you're going to have potential customers in the room, you're going to have potential investors in the room, and we're looking to have you pitch ready, which means you can talk about the markets and the applications for your technology. You can talk about the business, and you can talk about how you're going to get that product into market. So that showcase event is going to be a pitch and a demo. So pitching the business, talking about your market, talking about your team, talking about potential traction, and you're going to demo how your technology can work. It might not be a physical demo, it might not be fully working. We can look at how we simulate that so that you can demonstrate that to people, but it's really key that we can visualize what you're creating. So showcase at the end of the 13 weeks, and to ready for that, as well as the webinars here, the black boxes as we're going through that program, are the general events. So the interim one at the end of the month one is essentially pitch practice, for want of a better term, but it's about getting those key messages right and what the value proposition is. So all of the 15 ventures that we're supporting at the end of month one will be presenting that vision for their enterprise. We'll capture that on video, so we can learn from it, and we'll build on that. The second interim review point at the end of month two, roughly, we'll add on to that pitch. That pitch will continuously refine, but we'll add on that demo. So how do we demonstrate your technology in an application that means something to someone? And as I say, that might be a simulation, it might be some really neat graphics, it could be something that's on a lab bench and we record it in a really nice way. But we're talking about the business, we're talking about the vision, but we're also demoing and showing that you guys have got what it takes, and giving people giving the credibility that you have that in-house. And then that goes live at the end of the event, where we invite a wider just stakeholders and say potential customers, investors, interested parties from the university, from funding organisations, from the investment community in Scotland, for you to kind of put that live and showcase your enterprise.
Good, thank you, Gregor. So the website is launching today. Applications are open today. The applications will close on Monday, 9th of September, and we are looking at between the 9th and the 2nd to talk to, select, prepare, onboard the 15 ventures. So we are really excited, and we want to see as many of you guys apply to come on the program as possible, and thus we got a good 15 minutes or more time to take any questions, any queries that you may have.
I think there's a couple quick put up in the chat, wasn't there, as we're going through it. Let's see if I can put that up.
Okay, so the first question there.
Oh, great. Can startups focusing on simulation tools, no hardware for deep tech, get your support?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. We already support enabling technology software-centric companies. So absolutely, and we have software expertise on how to build software products and control software development products. So absolutely, yes.
I'm reading down here and seeing Mel's already answered these, but I think it's worth having in the chat. I've got for the thematic space, you've mentioned data, but are you also interested about step change technologies for space, i.e. in-space manufacturing to enhance spacecrafts, antenna arrays, etc.?
Yes, we are bold. So we will take on any challenges, and we have a methodology that builds companies, right? So we are not intimidated by any advanced technology. The more advanced, the better. Okay, so again, we are method, process, controls, compliance, building companies, and we already have expertise in antennas, antenna design, and wireless comms. We do support some companies that are in that low-level satellite space, so it seems like a good fit. Why not?
Who's eligible for the program? An affiliate of the university? Who's not allowed by the university to participate? Again, short answer is yes. Mel, do you want to expand on that in any way?
Yeah, all I would say about that is that the funding for the programme has come from, to a large extent, from the Shared Prosperity Fund, which is provided by the Glasgow City Council, and that's about levelling up. And the main ambition of that fund and this programme is to get exciting new ventures launched in the deep tech space that will trade locally initially anyway. So yeah, if the teams are made up of university staff and non-university staff, that's fine.
Perfect. Okay, a couple of admin points. Program sessions are in hybrid modes or all in person. We very much encourage in person, so all of our mentors come into the Beyond to deliver the sessions. We really do want to create a kind of peer-to-peer cohort support group here. That's really important for us. We saw that to great effect in the programs that we already deliver. Forget you guys to bounce off each other, and that'll expand your network, it'll expand your knowledge, it'll expand your confidence. So all of the sessions will be held in the Beyond. That's very much our default. We will be allowing some video call to a number of those sessions, but we very much want to see you in person because you're going to get so much more out of that. We do some live in-person sessions that are really fun when you're in person, and we get interactive with a lot of those things, whether that's looking at your end customer or user storyboards, whether that's looking at your pitching style, whether it's looking at your assets. It's much easier to be around other people and do that. So we will be making the session available online, but we do want to stress that we're looking to get you guys to know each other and to do as much in person. We've got a great facility to do that. Another question in terms of, it's just a small point about people being, I guess it's on leave or if you've got other business activity. So we do have, as Paul says, it's about 4 hours a week. Flexes a little bit week to week that you've seen the programme before, a week commitment to our events. And it's run over 30 weeks, but that straddles the Christmas break, so it finishes a couple of weeks before Christmas, then starts the second week of January. We do appreciate you guys are running businesses, you have other stakeholders, so we absolutely want you to encourage to take other opportunities. If it's a case that you can't be present for certain events, we just want to know about it in advance We do want to see a very high level of engagement across the programme. That's how you get most value out of it, and how we get to know you is through those sessions, and that's where we can help you more. But if there's a certain period that one person's on leave, or if you need to be away for any critical business activity, then let us know in advance. You can also let us know on the application at that stage, and we can take that into account and make sure that we can wrap around you there.
Can I also add to that if people have got pressures on their time, they want to be involved in the programme, but through the university job, they've got pressures on their time that might mean that they can't be available for this 13-week period in the way in which you need to be. And if you could contact me, then we've been having some conversations internally, and we'll see what we can do to try and work with your supervisors and things, or line managers to create time for you to participate. I can't promise anything, but we will try.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all the questions on the chat function. But is there any from the room, so to speak?
Yeah. Let me fill out a few questions. I'm sure you've got more. Badri, nice to see you again. I remember we chatted in the past through the Accelerate EEE project. Any questions from you?
Nothing as very specific. Like, I mean, I'm just happy to see you, and that I was just trying to remember that we had a chat last year, I think one-to-one. I mean, and I hope that you know that about our project, and I'm right now where I am, like I'm in a very good position, like for the company, and like to take it forward. And the university has been very supportive in this, and and this kind of program, and of course gonna boost the things that we are planning to do and move forward. So I'm looking forward to be on this and and take it forward. Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. How about Christopher? Any questions?
Yeah, sure. So there's one thing I was wondering. So do any of your sponsors provide access to compute resources, given your focus on like deep tech and AI?
Yes. Now, some of these, we will guide you on what you get as part of the program and when you need to pay for stuff. Obviously, the 20K grant is to go and spend some money to help advance your product. So absolutely, yes.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
Vincenzo?
Yes, the main doubt that I had is like, because you didn't really, I'm sure we will be given instructions, but what you're looking for in the application, if you can expand a little bit on the application problems. You gave the deadline on the 9th of September, but what is it that you're looking for in the application?
Yeah, so the application form is quite a basic one. We've used it now already more than 4 times over at Stack. We want you to explain, you've identified a problem, you're solving a problem with the technology, the market opportunity looks like this, and if you have had any market validation. There's also some question in there to try and get a feel of the maturity of your technology, where you're at. Is it ideation, or have you advanced it through a couple of TRL kind of levels? So it's really nice and simple. There'll be no surprises in there. It's why you're doing what you're doing, who should care, and where are you at, and how can the program help you. Fairly simple.
Okay, thanks very much.
Hi, David Mahan. Good to see you. It's been a long time, and glad to see you. Any questions, David?
Hi, Paul. Hi, Greg. Nice to see you again. I think so. So as you both know, with another one of our spin-out ventures, I was part of the Stack initiative and had to drop out because it wasn't possible to juggle teaching allocation with that venture. And that would be my concern with another one of our spin-outs is whether it is possible to do both. I think Mel has already touched on it in terms of this being one of the constraints for academics. So it's maybe a conversation to have before we consider applying.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. It's a 13-week, reasonably intensive program, so you have to have the capacity to come and attend and benefit from the sessions for sure. So any concerns on capacity, please have that chat with Mel.
Yeah,
And,
definitely will.
Yeah, hopefully I pronounce his name Vitautas. How did I do it? Was it good enough?
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to turn on my mic. Yeah, at this point, I don't have any questions. I was mostly just listening in what you guys have to offer.
Okay, and Wasim?
No, thank you. Just I'm okay. Most of the people asked the question I had in mind.
Good. Good. And Katja?
No, I'm good, thanks. I think all the questions I would have had were answered as well. Thank you.
Good, good. Well, we're going to do another, probably another 1 or 2 sessions at least over the next few weeks. So again, the applications are opening today. We'll be launching the website. We'll communicate to all the attendees here, right, the website and where to get the applications. There'll also be some Q&A opportunity on the website. So, you know, if there's 1 or 2 questions that you need answered before you apply, there'll be a spot on the website to do that. And yeah, thanks so much for joining, and please spread the word, right? This is a huge thing for the university. There's so much potential, so much brilliance, as I described it earlier, available there. And together, let's go and make the biggest impact on the world possible. So please spread the word. Please apply. Please let us know if there's any questions. And otherwise, I will leave it at that and hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Paul, Gregor. Thanks very much for a fantastic overview and Q&A session there. And equally, I think from a university perspective, I would encourage people to apply. We want this to be successful. This gives us the evidence base to then run more of these programs going into the future. So it's important for everyone.
Thank you. You have the very best day. Talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot. Cheers. Bye. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.